Welcome. There is Zmotion. Zmotion technology focuses on general motion control technology over 10 years. Motion control learning continues. As we all know, Zmotion motion controller supports multitask function. And today, multitask information will be introduced. The first thing is what we need and how to wire. Both are here. Materials are used according to actual needs. For wiring, please follow the rule. If there is I/O expansion module, please go to Motion Control 7 and 8. Okay, let's enter the main content. Task function is used to execute I/O refresh, user program and some commands. And one task means one program that is running. Therefore, when there are several programs running at the same time, and no any influence on each other, this is multitask function. Specifically, it makes one complex program as several parts. Then these parts are executed independent as each one task. And each task has one own number. That is, when you see the number, you could know which task is. In this way, the motion becomes clearer and easier. Zmotion ZMC motion controller supports this function. Different models are with different task numbers. You can check through controller state or send this one in output window. Here, the number of tasks is 22 in total. That is, all tasks, including file task, subprogram task, label task, etc. As it is mentioned above, multitask means several small tasks run separately. Then, we could know exact functions of multitask. These tasks are small and specified parts, which means it is easy to process the program. Like, run it to achieve the needed function. Solve the problem while running. Even if these tasks are separate, they also can do command interaction. For example, parameters modification, command sending, and it is still no influence on others. What's more, files or sub subprograms under one project can be called through command. It only needs to set the file that is to call task as main task. That is, set the auto run in zdevelop. In addition, file tasks can run at the same time, including several tasks in one file, tasks in different files. Okay, next, let's see how to use the function in the program. At first, there are three kinds of states of multitask: running, paused, and stopping. If you want to check one certain task state, proc status can help you. For example, to know task 0 state, edit like this. Then judge from the returned value. 0 means stopping, 1 means running, 3 means paused. Please note this only can read one task state. Several tasks need several corresponding commands. Or you could read through window. There is one task window in Debug. And here, task number, state, current file and running line number all can be viewed. This is only for tasks that are used. If you want to check states of all tasks supported by controller, through this window. Here, all information and errors are shown clearly. From now, we have known two commands related to task. One is task state reading, and one is number checking. Let's see more commands. It can be seen there are 8 commands here. End means current task stops. These 3 are related to task stopping. Then these 2 are related to task opening. The last 2 are related to task pausing. See open commands at first. Run and run task. Run is to open one file as one task. Here is one usage example. The first parameter is the file name of task to be run. The second parameter is the task number. Run task is to open the task of subprogram. Then subprograms defined by global can be opened across the file. Or to open one task that is with label program. But this is only in the current file. For example, open task home subprogram as task 1. When these 2 commands are used to open the task, then corresponding task will be executed when the program scanned the command. Except these 2, auto run also can open the task. But it is different. File with the number will be executed firstly when powered on. For basic file, several numbers can be set. For PLC and HMI, only one number can be set. But they can run at the same time, even cross-file. Please note don't set and use tasks that are with the same task number. Then, stop commands. 3 commands. When task stops, it needs to restart. Generally, use stop task to stop the task. Then use run task to open the task. Therefore, stop task is related to run task. It is to stop one certain task, such as subprogram task, label task, and file task. This means stop task 2. Stop is to stop the task that is specified by the file. That is, basic file task. Halt means all tasks under the project stop. But if there is situation that needs to stop rapidly, please use emergency stop button. Next, remain 2. Pause task means pause one task. Resume task means resume one task. Task will keep moving from the stop position. And their grammar usages are the same. Okay, now, all commands are introduced. Let's see how to use them when task calling. When program is downloaded into controller, file with auto run number will run at first. Others will be opened by run. That is, add run or run task command in the program to be called. There is one example. When powered on, open task 0 at first. Task 0 has 2 tasks. Task 0 main task and task 1 homing task. But task 1 and task 2 are opened by command. Only task 0 main task is opened by auto run. Here, it shows clearly. Make modules when programming. That is, some modules are only called to execute when needed. Then, reduce program scanning time and promote the controller execution efficiency. Download the program. Run task 0. In task 0, execute program initialization, parameter definition, logic processing, and others. Task 1, Task 2, Task 3, and Task 4 are executed by run or run task. It was talked, cross-file calling is valid. Basic can call PLC task and subprogram. For PLC task, use run command. For subprogram defined by LBL command in PLC, use run task. Also, PLC can call basic task. Use exe or exep command to call run or run task command for calling basic file task or subprogram task. Okay, now, see one routine for learning more clear. The routines has 2 tasks. But only main task is set the auto run as 0. Task 1 and Task 2 are opened in main program by command. Including these 3. Let's see the routine in Z-developed programming software. Connect to simulator. It can be seen there are 2 tasks. And 4 subprograms. Main task. Call subprogram of parameter definition. It defines the axis, controller state, and homing mark. When the program is not homed, motion task can't be opened. Then call axis parameter initialization subprogram. Set axis basic parameters, origin switch mapping, position limit switch mapping. And open continuous interpolation, corner deceleration. Next, enter while loop. Trigger and run main motion through rising edge of in 0. And the main motion is opened as task 2. When homed, the homing mark is 1. Judge the homing situation first. Homed, it will start to run. Trigger oscilloscope. Execute corresponding motion commands. Then end. Enter next if. Rising edge of in 1 to trigger and call axis stop subprogram. Here, call stop task command and multi-axis stop command. End and return. Rising edge of in 2 is for homing subprogram. It runs as task 1. Stop motions of each axis at first. Then set homing methods of each axis. Here, the homing mode is 3. After that, set demand position and measurement position as 0. Set homing mark as 1. Then, end, return, and end. Okay, let's download to run it. Start debugging, select the last one. Open the task window. Now, only task 0 is running automatically. Then, give 1 rising signal for in 2 to open homing task. It can be seen axis 0, axis 1, and axis 2 are running at the speed of speed. Here, 8, 9, 10 mean the origin switch of axis 0, axis 1, and axis 2. When they meet origin switch, axes are running reversely. When arrive the origin again, axis stop, homing finishes. Next, run processing task. Give 1 rising signal to in 0. Processing program starts to run. Open oscilloscope, capture waveform. Set parameters, select DPOS of axis 0 and axis 1. Then start the oscilloscope. And trigger it. Motion ends, there will be an indication. While running, give a rising signal to in 1. Axes will stop rapidly. Okay, today's knowledge is over. Thank you for your watching. There is Zmotion technology. See you next time. Have a nice day.